What's good, everybody, and welcome back to Unfocused. Today I have Jan yet again with me.
Hello.
If you didn't know by now, the premise of Unfocused is where we sit together and we have a chit chat and we talk about our views on recent brands that have just been released. We have a little bit of a critique. We dive deep in, I suppose, and share our opinion. We also have not discussed the brands yet. So I think it's always fun to get our opinions on these things for the first time when we're having a chat.
Mm-hmm.
And today we have two, I would say, controversial. Are they controversial?
No, I wouldn't say controversial. Different. They're different.
Different. Okay. We have two very different brands that have just been released. So there's been a lot of chat on the internet and in the scene regarding these two brands. We're going to be discussing the new General Motors branding. I have to try and keep a straight face. And also we're going to be jumping into the brand new branding from Kia. So let's jump straight in.
Yeah, I mean, just for some context, we thought it's interesting since there are just two big car companies rebranded the last week, so we thought it might be interesting to compare them. I mean, General Motors is not really a car company because they have like a lot of car brands under their umbrella, but anyway, they are very well known. So
I think what's also going to be interesting as well is to kind of formulate an opinion on a brand that's very far away from us. I mean, we're in Europe.
Both of them are very far away. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm not that I've ever bought a Kia car, but I'm aware of Kia. I think General Motors is very much an American brand. It's got its grassroots there. It's very kind of deep rooted in the psyche. So I think if you say General Motors to somebody, it's like your granddad would kind of be, yes, General Motors. Quite have a solid kind of feeling about the brand.
Yeah, it's
and
definitely
your dad as well.
It's definitely not Tesla.
That's true. That's true. I read a couple of pretty interesting things where people compare that, but we can talk about that when we actually get into the Kia and General Motors part of this. So let's open up the first video and stuff that we have.
Yeah, so we start with General Motors. They did mainly change their logo, so there's not really like a whole brand world what we can show, but there's something. And yeah, so we start with a little video we found. There are not many elements, brand elements in there, but yeah, you can get like a first idea of how the brand.
Okay, I think I've only seen this once.
All right, so let's get in.
Change. You can resist it, be left behind, or embrace it and move forward.
We're driving it
everywhere.
We emit optimism, not exhaust.
We plug in our vehicles as naturally as we charge our phones.
We don't judge cars by the rev of an engine,
but by the hum of progress. We
are Generation E.
United.
not by age,
But by the desire
We're smart, clean, and safe. To also be fun, easy,
and powerful.
and our power,
comes from this.
Ultium.
a battery that charges fast.
Runs long. It fits everyone.
Because when it comes to this all-electric future,
Nobody
will be left out.
And that changes everything.
I mean, as I said, there's not too much like when it comes to brand elements in this video. Yeah, but okay, let's just jump into the whole case.
Yeah, I'm trying not to give too much of an opinion. I mean, you kind of have a little bit of a feel for where they're trying to go with the brand from that video. Yeah, let's jump into the to the logos.
Yeah, I mean, we have here just like a quick overview. So what actually GM is. So yeah, it's just the mother brand of like all this kind of well-known car brands. So in Germany, Opel is kind of big, but still not as successful anymore. and I guess England is Vauxhall, huh?
Vauxhall. Yeah.
Vauxhall.
Sure. I think we had a Vauxhall when I was a young'un, when I was growing up. It was a family car.
Yeah, and then of course these big American brands like Chevrolet.
Cadillac.
Chevrolet? You say Chevrolet? Or Chevrolet?
Yeah, it depends. It depends which part of the country you come from.
Chevrolet?
You can say Chevrolet.
Chevrolet? Okay,
like.
and yeah, Buick and GMC and all these brands. So we have here this very nice
Gradient.
morph animation.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what year? Do you know what year the original logo is from, or the logo has been rebranded from? 2010.
2010.
Okay.
Yeah, that didn't change. I mean, so when we jump now right into the history of it, you can see they haven't changed a lot since 1946.
1964.
64, excuse me. It looks pretty much the same for 50 years, I'd say. It's actually 60 years.
I like the one from 1938, to be honest. If you compare where, the evolution from, if you saw the Burger King video that we previously did, the evolution there was pretty interesting. This, I don't know, I like where this started from, to be honest. That's a pretty solid classic. I mean, for 1938, that's a pretty interesting use of type. And box. I think box probably would have been not a common thing in 1938 to box your logo in this way.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, let's say they stand for consistency when it comes to the logo, I would say. So maybe it was time for a change. Okay, so let's look at the latest logo and the new one.
Yeah, I mean, I also have to look a little bit about why they're changing as well. And they're putting all their bets, like most car companies, into an electric future. And I think they've got, you can leave some comments in the comment section below if I'm wrong, but I think it's something like 5 billion or something that they're looking at investing over the next 5 years.
Okay.
To put a real kind of jump start into the EV business, and they see this as being a really big part of what they do. But of course, it's really difficult for them as well to try and change the minds of an entire nation, I suppose, to kind of, because they're still making their gas guzzlers, they're still making the cars that use fossil fuels. But at the same time, they want to, at the forefront, and obviously this is their mother ship, as it were. They want this to be kind of powered by electric. And actually, the M is supposed to be reminiscent of an electric plug that you would find on one of the cars. I'm not completely convinced by that, to be quite honest. And also this lightning blue is the electricity of the car.
Does
also.
electric cars have like a classic plug? I don't think so, right?
Yeah, I mean, actually, that's one of the slightly controversial things here. I mean, I think from what I've seen, the plug part of the car does not look like that.
Okay.
It's not like a wall.
Yeah, that's I
like
just saw
plug.
and it's even like in Europe the plug looks like that, right?
Yeah.
In America it also looks different.
It's two-pronged.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, it's a plug.
But that's the influence.
And the lowercase letters.
Yeah, this is supposed to reflect the future. I'm not really sure how that reflects the future, but I suppose more of a kind of informal approach to communication rather than being so heavyweight with the big capitals. This is what I've read, and this is the reason that they've done this.
Okay, I think we both agree on that gradient looks horrible.
It's pretty bad. Yeah, I have to admit. It's school project stuff. I mean, this stuff was done in-house as well, from what I know. There was no agency involved.
I don't know either. Yeah. And it's supposed to remind you on the on a sky.
Okay.
I've read that it's influenced
Really?
by the blue of the sky.
Okay. As I said, I think I read it was the electricity. So there's obviously.
Okay.
This is why it's good for us to actually sit down and have a chat about this, because I'm obviously getting different information from different places.
I think I've read that, but I think it's this fluid which you put into the water in winter, so for your
antifreeze.
Yeah, this antifreeze chemical lightning blue.
They use antifreeze as a color choice. Is it antifreeze blue?
That's what I mean.
Called?
That's how it looks to me, to be honest. Like it's very bright.
I actually, I've got an interesting fact for you.
Yeah.
About GM. Apparently, GM were one of the first companies to develop electric cars in the 90s.
Okay.
And there was no demand for electric cars in the 90s, so they saw it as kind of a bit of a waste of time. So they actually squashed all of their cars. So they're one of the first companies to actually have a fully functioning electric vehicle, and they squashed them. Can you believe that?
Great decision.
Yeah. Now they're building them again.
Yeah.
Crazy.
All right. To be fair, once you remove the gradient, it's okay. It's not
okay. It's okay. It ain't groundbreaking, but do they need to be groundbreaking? I mean, that's been a lot of controversy about, is this good enough? I mean, the thing is, you are really looking to the future. You're looking to really revolutionize things. Does the revolutionary vision of General Motors, is it reflected in this logo? Should a logo reflect everything? I personally don't think it should. I don't think it really hits the mark, to be honest. But I think a logo is just a flag that you fly. It's part of a bigger piece of the story. I would have expected more, if I'm to be honest.
Yeah, it's true. I mean,
Generation E. I'm not feeling that.
Yeah, and also, there's really not much else we could find around, like what they build around that logo, like actually like a whole brand design, I mean, we can click one more chart. As we can see, they developed some typeface out of that logo, which they used then for some subsidiaries. Yeah, I mean, it works as like a logo font. I think it's getting a bit difficult when you have like more than one word or a very long word.
So these are logos that they're using currently on their electric vehicles? Or is it like for other departments?
Yeah, it's other departments. So this Ultimo thing is this electric new platform, which they also made this video for. And I have actually no idea what Periscope is, but there's all these subsidiaries of General Motors.
Okay. Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, this is pretty much everything we could find. I mean, we have here like an advertising. It's pretty close to the video we just watched. I mean, if you look at this, I think it's all right. So you have this. I like this guy. He looks a bit like Einstein, kind of professor kind of guy.
I mean, one thing that I think also will come into the next thing as well is, why does everybody, and I think this is always in all case studies, or how even today companies want to be like Apple. And this is so reminiscent to me. Like, get rid of your tie, put on a nice pair of sneakers, and open up your top button of your shirt. I was wearing the suit jacket. I'm down to earth. I'm on your level, kind of approach to things, and it just drives me crazy. I hate it. I see it over and over and over and over again.
You want him to wear his white professor cape?
I don't know. It's all a little bit contrived. But I mean, if it was super, how to say, like authentic, then I don't know. Should General Motors be authentic? I'm not sure.
Yeah. All right. I mean, since that is everything we could find. Okay, here we have some more pictures, but it's nothing new to be honest. I'd say, yeah. I mean, I expected a bit more to see. I mean, when you change your logo, man, that's a big thing. You should kind of celebrate that in some way and add a bit more than just one video, you know, where you see.
Well,
this
they're
logo
trying to change an entire perception of a company.
Yeah.
That needs a little bit of a bigger story.
Yeah, you want to communicate like a whole culture shift, you know.
Yeah,
and
for
you
sure.
need to, every employee, you know, need to realize that, and maybe they do not have even seen the new logo.
Yeah,
We don't know.
Okay, yeah, true. So I think that wraps up pretty much General Motors. What we're going to do is we'll wait until the end, and then I'm going to give a score, you're going to give a score, and we'll do like a little comparison and a conclusion on them both. But right now, let's jump into something a little bit different, shall we?
Yes, Kia, Korean car manufacturer. I mean, there are a lot of pretty cool Korean brands, I'd say. And like Samsung, for example, or Hyundai, I think from what I see, they all are doing like better jobs the last years.
But they're technologically driven.
Yeah, and
companies,
also design driven.
Really, yeah, sure.
So there's a lot of nice stuff coming from Korea, South Korea. And and talking about the big reveal, I think we can have a little look at a video.
There's quite a lot of stuff online, actually, to be honest.
That is a big reveal, I'd say.
All right. Yeah. Fireworks.
I mean, that's a big reveal, isn't it?
Yes. For a company who is seeing electric mobility and a beautiful, better, more ecologically sound world, set off a shitload of fireworks. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, maybe not.
And I heard that this was the most ever unmanned flying vehicles ever in one space. Unmanned flying vehicles, so drones, basically.
All right. I mean, I've seen this
That's
kind of
quite
things
impressive.
from China, but yeah, maybe that was bigger.
I can only quote what I've read.
Okay.
I was not there, so I don't know.
Yeah. So it was a reveal, and yeah, maybe a bit too much. Also with the music and all that. I mean, okay.
Let's jump into the logo. I think the logo is a bit more interesting.
The logo is
terrible, terrible Euro pop that we just listened to.
Yeah, the logo is. I like it. I just have to get straight to it.
And tell me why.
I like it.
Tell me why you like this logo.
Yeah, it has something futuristic, modern to me. So also we will show later some pictures where this logo is actually on the product, so on the car, and I think this looks very slick.
You know, this actual rebrand has been teased by Kia for years. They've been talking about releasing a new logo for years. Now in 2021 they do it. I think it's also because they're as you'll see, they're really trying to, in the same way that General Motors have done, they're trying to kickstart their whole business, their whole mindset. I think that's pretty honorable and pretty brave. To the extent of what they've done, it's kind of they've hit reset. I must say. I mean, this is even from their perspective. If you hear them talking about the brand, they really have kind of taken a step back and looked at actually why they exist. And they're really driving. I mean, their claim is movement that inspires. I mean, if that wasn't ever a why, then I don't know what it is. You know?
Yeah, I like it. Sounds good. I mean, also, when we come back to the logo, looking at the logo, the old one feels a bit... I mean, there's just much more energy in the new one, yeah, and much more movement. Yeah, the old one was not moving at all. It's just standing there and very politely with a hat on. I mean, there's little details on the typography. Just.
I mean, I want to ask you just quickly. Do you have a problem with the legibility of this logo? Do you read Kia? That's one of the issues. I mean, aesthetically, I think it's really appealing. I think it's really beautiful. It's slick.
Yeah.
But if I just arrive from, I don't know, Kepler 92130 from a mission from another planet or whatever, and I landed and I was asked to read that, would I know that's a Kia?
Yeah. I'm sure that people will have problems to read Kia right away. And I'm not sure if that is good or bad, to be honest. I think it's a logo, you know?
It's a mark.
If you look at the Volkswagen logo, it's also the V and the W in there. And you also have a hard time to see that right away.
Yeah.
But it's the logo. Once you see it, you know, all right, that's Volkswagen.
That's true.
And I hope I'm pretty sure actually that this will happen with this logo too.
Okay. Good point. Yeah, I mean that's what a logo should do. I mean, it should convey a lot more than just exactly what it says on the tin. It should be a lot more deep rooted. So if I recognize and I can read the word Kia, when I see this, or I evoke some kind of emotion, then it's already done its job.
Yeah. All right. Before we jump into some more stuff, I think we should look one more video we have on that. And there's this nice video where this woman is presenting the new brand elements. I mean, look at that. That looks already great.
Jan is the expert. He has way more of an opinion than I do on interior or architectural spaces.
I mean, imagine you buy a car in this kind of environment.
Yeah, it's pretty shit hot. I like it as well.
I'm standing here at Kia's iconic brand experience space, Kia 360. A space that symbolizes our commitment to inspiring our customers. Here, we would like to share with you how Kia inspires you, even in our new brand look and feel. The new Kia is undergoing a full transformation to deliver meaningful experiences, products, technologies, and design that are all focused on you, our customers. Needless to say, this transformation is also reflected in our new logo. The symmetry of the logo represents the confidence we have in the future, while the rising lines you see represent the rise that we want for us, the brand, but more importantly, for you, our customers. From now on, whenever anyone experiences the new Kia brand, we want them to feel a rise in inspiration and creativity. With the new brand, we also change our key colors and our font. The primary colors, midnight black and polar white, embody the infinite opportunities of the future, whereas the secondary colors embody the human touch and nature elements we value so much as a brand. But rather,
So this is where I start to have a problem with the presentation of the brand. It feels to me like it's a design pitch, like an actual, not pitch, but like a presentation from a design agency to a client, and this actually runs out through all of their promotional material.
Okay. Yeah, you don't need to tell that everybody.
I mean, it's also why I brought up this why idea as well, which I think is very, of course, it's the way to do it, but there's an entire video where they just talk about we have reset our mindset and we are starting with the why, and it just feels like being in one of the workshops that we run. You know, it's like it's textbook, right? But I feel like it's just a bit too much, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, internally they need to know their why, and they need to implement into their whole culture.
Sure.
But you just do not communicate that outside like this.
Yeah.
You communicate it through what you do,
Yeah, through your actions.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, they're very, very proud of what they're presenting, but I don't know, it just jars with me a little bit, to be honest.
Yeah, but maybe it's just done for the design community. Like,
they talk about symmetry and rhythm and the rising of the logo and how, it's for you. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I was just struggling to see the word Kia, not to actually understand inspiration and passion and all the stuff that they try to embody in the logo. Just,
Yeah. Okay. Go on.
but rather than my just explaining to you how the look and feel will change, we would like you to see and feel for yourselves how all these elements will come together to create a new Kia brand look and feel.
Kia, movement that inspires.
To us,
I think consistency. I've said it before, and I think that's probably going to be one of my keywords on this channel. But consistency is king, and that is consistent, my friend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Luckily, there's much more to see here than for General Motors.
Yeah, I can actually formulate some kind of opinion, I suppose. But I mean, I can also formulate an opinion on General Motors. It's not the best one, but they give me a chance to actually, have a broader scope and go on an adventure with the brand, which I highly appreciate.
Yeah. So they have a very nice imagery, I would say. Looks everything on point, very nice. They have this little layout elements, these thin lines, which I really like, because I haven't seen that too often lately, I have to say. And it's, it's not too much. It's always just a thin line, and that's pretty cool. Also, I like, you know, you can have this little animations. It runs through something, so I like that. One thing which is a bit not too good is the typography. I think that they chose.
Mm-hmm.
I think it needs to be. Needs to be a bit more dynamic in that typography. It feels a bit when the first time I watched it, I was like, I don't know. It felt a little bit weird. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I didn't actually the typography. I didn't actually see the typography, to be honest.
Okay, so you haven't.
I didn't really formulate an opinion on it. But yeah, I would. I mean, maybe that's just because of multiple usages that they need to apply this to different platforms just to keep it, again, very consistent. But yeah, I would have expected something that fit with the actual logo, something with a bit more dynamism, something a bit more crafted and created. It's often the problem with companies, though, they don't invest in type.
They might have. It also, you know, when you look at it, it looks nice. It's very simple and minimal and nice, grotesque font. I don't know. Just my first impression when I looked at it, it was, I don't know.
Yeah, well, actually, I mean, I'm just gonna quote the Bird King video. If you've not seen it, then check it out. It's on our channel as well. They actually crafted a font, right? But we didn't understand it. We didn't grasp what they were doing with that font. I mean, beautiful. I mean, really well executed, and it fit, but it didn't have any longevity. It felt, again, you know, very campaigny. This in relation to that feels like it could, you know, because it is so simple and it is a grotesque, like you say, that can stick around for a while.
Yeah, sure.
You can grow with it, you know, and it's not offensive. I mean, maybe the extremeness and the change in the logo is enough. You know, I mean, that logo, I think, it feels like it can be around for a while, but fonts go in and out of fashion. So if you did have some kind of some kind of futuristic type of font, it could look pretty dated pretty quick.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the reason.
Yeah, I mean, it's just because it's they have this high tech world. They present us like this modern, very livable high tech world. I think it's, but maybe it's just me. Okay.
Kia, movement that inspires.
I like the claim, and they also actually go into the reasoning why they came up with that claim. I mean, they talk about, I said before about this, the why driver of why they exist, and one of the reasons they were saying is to bridge people. So when you actually travel, when you're in motion, when you're moving, the result of that is actually coming into contact with people that you would never have met before. So on an old dusty road in the middle of nowhere, or on the top of a mountain, or on an island, you know, during a sunset occasion, you bump into somebody. It's all about creating these relationships and these bonds. And I think that's also really nice, you know, to have this very down to earth, very emotional driver as their why, and to bring that to the forefront of why they do things.
Yeah. You could be the brand ambassador for Kia.
Yeah, I'm open to sponsorship.
Okay. I think at the end
Isn't just a statement or a claim.
there's just some extra visual element they introduce. Let's have a look at that.
Movement that inspires isn't just a statement or a claim. It's a brand ethos we live by and the reason we wake up every morning. In everything we create, we ask ourselves, will this inspire you? You may recall seeing these visuals shown during the countdown in the beginning of this showcase. At a glance, you probably thought these visuals were just abstract patterns. However, the movement of these visuals are designed to inspire. Inspired by patterns that exist in nature, such as the ocean, the air, and land. The movements scientifically prime your mind into a more creative flow state. Because from now on, every time you encounter any element of the new Kia brand, we want you to be inspired.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Right?
That's a bit too much, isn't it? I don't know why they go so big on
This
that
is
at the end. I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
You know, it does feel very much like a presentation from a design agency, and they just kind of basically
true.
repeating.
100%,
They're
yeah.
repeating what was told to them.
Yeah.
I think that's this way too much. Beautiful visuals, but they don't make me want to buy a car.
They also look a lot like there's an artist called Refik Anadol. I checked his website. I've nothing found that he did something for Kia, but it looks a lot like his stuff. And he actually he makes this, he creates this visuals out of data. So it's like visualized data, and it looks pretty cool. And he's making all these immersive spaces, and it looks pretty much he's doing it. It looks exactly like the stuff he's doing. Maybe he did it, and they're just not advertise him. Okay. I think before we come to our score, just quickly look at some on product logo integrations. They look very nice. There's just at the moment there's just one car company, I think, which is as cool as this, which is Polestar.
Okay.
It's actually pretty close, they both, like the look and feel. But I mean, I like that. I
mean, lines and contours is nothing new. BMW and Audi.
But also in combination
Both
with that
the
minimal logo and the whole aesthetics around it. I mean,
Yeah,
not just
yeah,
the
sure.
car. I'm not talking about the car, and it's more like the overall design approach. Yeah, I mean, we looked at this stuff already.
All right. Okay. I suppose that concludes our chat for today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's jump into our scores. I mean, we'll start with General Motors. What can I say? I mean, I think my face said it all in the beginning. I'm out of 10. I mean, I want to be kind. I want to be kind so hard.
Say it.
I mean, I have to give it a 2. It's a pretty bad example of a rebrand, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
No.
A 2. Yeah, I'm sorry, but yeah.
I give it a 3.
Where does the extra point come from?
It's my kindness, I guess. I'm just more kind than you.
Okay, seems so. Good cop, bad cop. All right. And yeah, I suppose that concludes with Kia.
In comparison, yeah.
I mean, yeah, textbook, right? Really, really great execution. Beautiful perspective on the future and great storytelling. But they're going to lose a couple of points just because of the way that they have introduced the brand. The fireworks, no, we didn't need that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's an Eastern thing, but we didn't need the fireworks. And yeah, too design presentation, like they need to show their brand. They need to live their brand, and yeah, let's just see. I'm just keeping my ear to the ground and just seeing if the experience lives up to what they say. And yeah, I would say I'd give it a 7, to be honest. There's some really well executed parts, but on the whole, as an entire package, it's going to be a 7 for this one.
Okay. I just want to add that this logo was, I think they just did the logo. The logo was done by a German agency called Black Space from Munich. So good work. And yeah, my score, I mean, that's my style. I really like it. So I had it, you know, it has this like futuristic, technical look, but also with the imagery, you know, very, you know,
yeah, they look beautiful.
Yeah,
absolutely beautiful.
Like these colors, and you know, it brings some emotions and nature and in there, and so I really like that. I think they met my expectations.
Get the nail on your head.
The nail on my head. Yeah, and I give it an 8.
Nice. Okay. Cool. Then that just about wraps it up for this episode. Thanks so much for tuning in. And if you've made it to this part of the video, then yeah, well done. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like this video. It helps us to continue to create content like this. Subscribe so you don't miss any new videos. We've got lots of stuff in the pipeline. And yeah, thanks. And we will see you in the next one.
Thanks a lot. Bye.